480 and burn the other direction, right? Which is realistic, but it's not fun.
Yeah, or you drop your speed down to 100 meters per second or below. Otherwise, you like you said, you're flying by.
Yeah,
I was trying to see how fast I could go and still do like a strafe around the landing pads and stuff. And there's a certain speed. Yeah, you got to be going slow as shit.
Yeah, it's in the strafes. Of course, strafes were all toned down drastically, so your ships don't strafe as fast.
I'm not a fan of the IFCS.
What's that?
The control system and flight control system. The way they have it set up, the keybind, like if you're on mouse and keyboard, you're pretty much screwed because the throttle is just it doesn't make sense. For a big ship, the throttle makes sense the way they've got speed control. Like if you have a capital, cool. But when you're in a fighter, it's so unresponsive on a keyboard that you're at a severe disadvantage now.
Basically, remember how the Millennium Falcon was flying in the meteors and return?
Lord Phoenix, yes, it does. It went live about
you can't
45 minutes ago now.
Oh shit! Doesn't work.
Did they add the 300 finally? Was that fixed?
I haven't seen it yet, but I didn't look.
I didn't see it in. I don't think the 300's been added yet, but.
No, it's been added. It's been in the patch notes. They don't know why it's missing.
Oh, okay.
If you're going to try to get on, because you're subscriber or concierge, the email will take a while because the email exchange server is going to be getting hammered now. And once you do get your email and you downloaded the PTU launch and everything, if you've copied your live files across, it's about a 24 gig download. So it's not an instant thing. I'm just waiting for my download to finish. It's got about 2 gig, 1 gig left, and then we're going to jump straight in.
Trying to find the weapons.
I still have at least 30 more minutes. I need to go out to buy some pizza that the daughter wants and be back when it's done. I'm just gonna put the mute and leave the computer work.
Yeah, I gotta go do some food shopping myself.
Yeah, and then to get prepared for a all-nighter.
Let me ask you this: Should I my sources in PU folder and just have it do a re-download, or would I be able to just swap it over to the PTU and recopy it?
You're breaking up real bad, but I'm assuming you're talking about cutting down the download times. Just copy your P4K from live to the PTU and restart the launcher with the update.
Yep, it works fine.
Okay.
Oh, God, I'm down to 10 gigabytes.
God damn it. I've got 1.4 left here.
Well.
It's only 400 for me.
Yeah, I still have 20 because I copy straight from the PTU to PTU. I have a folder for the PTU. But that's okay.
Yeah, Donald, please add me before you join the server if possible.
That's the point, actually. I need to use my PTU thing to copy everyone over.
Hello.
Hello.
So who is currently playing? Who do I need to add? I know
Freedom.
Freedom, Warbot. I got Gunshark.
Bob Mitch.
Bob Mitch. Okay.
Jumping Spider got his mail as well.
Yep, I'm in. I'm playing.
Alright, I just got the email. PTU is downloading.
What is PTU now?
Yeah.
Oh God. Here for. I need
I'll
to
be
get
back
it now.
later. I'm gonna go take care of this food stuff shopping, so I don't have any interruptions.
Okay.
When did the PTU drop?
Like 3 hours ago.
How did I not know it? I didn't
No,
get
it wasn't 3 hours ago. It was about an hour ago.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the people in the ETF didn't know about it. There was people in server saying that it was bullshit, that they hadn't been disconnected. I don't know. I didn't see any announcement for it.
Yeah, but how do you usually get announcements?
It's normally Proxus who puts the thing into the Spectrum General chat.
Where is the repeat download, by the way? Should have it.
What was the question? Sorry.
Where I can find the download for PTU.
In your email. It's invite only right now. So wave 1, which is concierge and subscriber.
And I should have gotten it because I'm both concierge and subscriber, but I got it.
You should
Go to your settings, and it should be highlighted to the left in yellow, and there you can copy your account to PTU.
Hello, Josh.
But we are allowed to stream this, right? This is considered public.
Yeah, this is not NDA'd.
Thank goodness. Looking forward to new content.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, I wasn't all that impressed with Arccorp. I think it's cool, but you definitely need places like that. But I mean, I'm actually looking more forward to Microtech.
Microtech's going to be really pretty.
Yeah, it's going to have a lot of different diversity, and
you guys
I'm looking
seen
forward to
the
doing some
concept?
Star Wars.
Yeah, the architecture is amazing on that plan.
Did you say the gun was at Levski?
There's the Coda, the revolvers at Levski, but I haven't found this.
Yeah, me neither. I'm surprised. I got the
Should I have gotten an email if I can get the?
Yeah, you'll get a PTO email. Yeah, you'll get an.
Yeah, go.
Check your spam and stuff. Make sure it didn't get.
Check your account settings and see if the PTU thing is lit up on yellow on the left-hand side.
Yeah, you'll say copy to PTU, and then you'll get an email.
But only press it once.
Yeah, it can take up to 30 minutes until you get the mail.
They're getting spammed right now, so.
Oh, here it is. I found it.
Yeah, it's usually there.
Oh yeah.
What's going on with the aspect ratio on 16:9? Is there a setting we're supposed to be using? Like, I can't see my HUD or my helmet.
We're ultra
Jesus,
wide.
look at all the chicks running around. Now it's a chick fest.
No longer a sausage fest.
Right.
Launch game. Here we go.
Yeah,
Also with
300 still missing.
Testing
And
focus,
crash the
female
desktop.
character. Yeah. Or arena commander. More arena commander. Well, I'm up for that.
The CTD fest is back.
Oh yeah.
It wouldn't be PTU that crashed the desktops.
Well, I mean, the last patch was pretty stable. But...
Yeah, it was fun. They fucked it up.
Should be called CTD instead of PTU.
Right.
At least they fixed the 30K. Well, most of
Ooh,
the 30K.
crash. Wow. The terminals don't work.
Where do you spawn by default?
EO.
Yeah.
It'll beat all
Okay.
there.
I don't see any of you guys online.
Well, contact list probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, add DevWolf back if you're in a server. Go type /add contacts. Dev.
I'll just use my the PTU extension on Chrome.
You're on my list. I can see you there, and I've restarted the client, but it's not syncing.
I'm not online.
Yeah, these are screenshots, Dylan. I'm not in the
I
game
haven't,
yet. I'm just launching it now.
gotten over yet. Just waiting for everything.
2 GB left.
Mask man.
They get rid of the gun stores at the. Oh, never mind.
If all goes well, this should be the game. Oh, they've changed the cursor. Ooh, this DNA thing looks different.
Are you streaming, Mitch?
I am.
How do you add people in PTU again?
/add contact, all one word, space, then their name.
Yep, make sure it's contacts.
Hello, lockdown.
Right, that's at the end.
Contact. No, it's
Okay.
You can also go onto the PTU website and add it manually that way. It's not working in game.
Okay, so the DNA thing, you can pick like a mixture of faces, and it sort of mashes them all together.
It doesn't quite work the way it's intended yet, but you can actually like even adjust the eyelashes and things. But it's kind of tricky to. I had to play with that a lot. But
yeah,
it's coming
the
along.
percentage thing is not very straightforward.
No, but it's fun to sort of mix it around and find out yourself.
How long can it take for the email to arrive once you press copy?
Oh, 30k. Bad token. What the hell?
Yeah, boy.
Psionics Lucky Strike.
So it seems that you can do a simple one, so it mixes the features of all the faces, or you can do an advanced one that sort of you can pick the individual aspects. This is looking really cool so far.
Like Tebow left the party, Vapor left the party.
Yep.
That's standard.
Launch game.
When did it start doing this?
Oh, so we can even adjust. Wow, this is nice.
I was just saying on stream, it's like you can pick one that mashes all the features together, or you can go advanced and sort of do individual pieces. It looks cool.
Oh god.
Their focus is the female characters and stuff, though, isn't it?
But it's for the male characters too, right?
Yeah.
Hello, Omicron.
Oh nice, account login failed. Welcome to the PTU.
Welcome to Star Citizen in general.
Denied.
Have you changed your password?
Yep.
Interesting.
Oh, come on. I'm
Are
gonna
you
restart.
sure you're on Wobber?
Still the same eye colours. Oh no, there's a few new ones.
All sorts of new armor colors.
Be interesting if we get details later on in the character creator thing where you can do like freckles and stuff, and maybe give your characters things like heterochromia, so like different coloured eyes. Oh god, these hairstyles.
See Bob Mitch on. I don't see anybody else.
Oh yeah, Scare Potatoes on. That's my problem apparently.
So they've.
He was in ETF.
Yes. Potato.
So I can't slant the eyes as such, Omicron, but you can see where it's like the different facial details here. So the lady on the left here has got very rounded eyes, and the lady on the left here has got very narrow eyes. You can see you get a sort of mix in the middle, and that's what the end result is in the middle. So you can, it's like they have different genetic traits from the two, and then it mixes them in the bottom. So you can do a simple one, or you can do an advanced one, and I'm just playing around with the advanced one.
This is where you need your war buddy.
doesn't accept my password anymore.
Did you click the email thing more than once? Because it's probably reset your password.
Yeah, your PTU password's different.
It's different. Yeah, it's gonna email you the password.
Yeah, I know. And I got 2 emails because I clicked it again. And I tried the password from the second one, and it doesn't work as well.
Yeah, I've had issues with that too. It's really freaking annoying.
I'm not on the Discord that's linked in the description icon. I'm on the Synchronizers Discord.
No, I need to enter my login first.
Oh shit. That's download. You could have clicked official site there and changed the password.
I can try that again.
Because it got me a few times like that.
Wants to lock me there as well.
Money arrive.
Yeah, Dylan, you're right. GTA Online did a similar thing when you first created your character then. Although, because you don't change your character that much in
Just
GTA
have
Online.
12 gigs left.
I haven't looked at that character creation screen for years. It's been a long time since I played GTA Online.
Mission control. Just everyone doing mission control.
Where do we spawn to start with? PO?
Yeah.
Now it works. Alright.
I think I'm getting an infinite loading screen.
Back in the loading screen too, Bob? Did it crash on you?
Yeah, I think I'm getting an infinite loading screen.
Probably releasing another patch.
No, the servers are going out constantly. 30 gigs.
Yeah, there's probably that as well.
Yeah. Probably gone, oh, the 300's still not in there. Oops.
They can do that server side. The 300 is in the P4K file, like it's in the files. It's just not showing up in list.
They said it was activated in, or rather, it was deactivated in an ETF build by mistake, didn't they?
Well, this is PTU build and it's still deactivated.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll fix that quick.
All right, Warbot, I think you'd be satisfied with the buttocks on the female.
I'm just reloading, guys. We're back in again in a second.
Not
This is
quite as
PTU.
much as-
Things are
not
going to
as
break.
much as
There's going to be lots of
Skyrim,
crashes.
CBBE, but you know.
Dev Wolf, you should see me online now.
Alright, click to join DevWolf's server. Let's see if we can get in.
I only see Bob Mitch.
I see you online now.
Yeah, you can always add. We're all going to join Bob anyway. Do it in game, can't you?
Ooh, here we go.
Are you in the party? Dev Wolf sends out invites.
Yep. Scott.
Ooh.
Yeah, everybody should have one.
I'll take one.
What the fuck? I'm sorry, what?
What's so funny?
What are you doing? This looks fucked up.
I think all is all broken. Oh, and now I'm dying from blood loss.
Did the frog
Farming.
get you?
Just a workaround for a bug they clearly didn't fix on the map. When you find that you can't zoom out, double click the center and it'll zoom out for you.
That's with right click though, right?
It zooms out super slow. But yeah, the double click is.
Hang on, I'm gonna look at the controls because I saw something in there. But
Yeah, so the OLSR on your server, DevWolf, is a bit broken.
What?
Well, I open my door and it's like stepping into an episode of The Twilight Zone.
the star map zoom speed at the bottom of the game.
It doesn't help it that much. That it's still at like a 10% value.
Yeah,
it is slow.
It's pretty slow.
You're still EVAing through the station.
Dude, seriously. There's some NPC here you ain't got no pants on.
We'll just have to try a different server, I think.
It's fine for me.
It's stable for a while.
I'm just reading through the patch notes right now. Fixed jackets calling the shirt for female characters. So their entire midsection just goes completely invisible, I guess.
No, purple.
Okay, close enough.
Got the Janeway hairstyle.
I found it interesting that they've moved the male hairstyles over for the female characters as well.
Yeah, what the hell? But okay, multi-genders, all right.
That's right. Non-binary.
Has the default character been changed to female, or is it still male?
Well,
there is no default.
There is if you just go it's just like the black guy or whatever the one that's been for.
But there is no long hair, right?
I don't know what kind of hair he has.
No long hair yet that I can see.
Okay.
I can hear the disappointment in your voice work.
Yeah, no fapping tonight.
No ponytails.
There is ponytails.
The first one, it makes a character that looks like the girl from Joker's girlfriend. I'm gonna shoot him.
Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
We'll start calling Warbot Mr. J.
Give him some pudding.
Eye color change doesn't work.
The 600's quantum drive was apparently broken.
That's nice.
I was flying it earlier. We're fine. You gotta hold. I mean, the only issue I've noticed is the issue you have to hold the button down.
Yeah, I've tried cycling engines, overclocking, turning it off, getting out of the seat. Nothing works. It'll spool, but when you click go, it just disappears and nothing happens.
Voice attack's a little
Meanwhile,
broke.
I see other people quantuming, so I know the server's alive.
Hopefully they'll put a patch out for the HCS packs that go on voice attack. Some of the commands are broken.
You spread over different servers, guys, aren't you?
Yeah, the servers are being really janky at the minute. I only managed to join DevWolf's. Every other one I've tried to join has just not worked.
Yeah, my server just crashed.
HCS, by the way, isn't going to make another patch until they're probably pissed right now because they spent a lot of time and resources redoing it after they waited because they knew that was going to happen, and now it's even worse.
Yeah.
Star Citizen's going to have to decide on a control set or CIG before HCS is going to cooperate with them again.
Yeah. Except if they want to sell more. I have to fix it if they want to sell more, I guess.
I guess if it's enough in sales to justify the time and resources spent into remapping everything, it's a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Criminal knows how to do it. He's a master. I might have to get him to help us.
servers are being really janky.
I don't know why they released it like this. It wasn't like it was fine, and then they broke it. They're like, oh well, we'll just put this broken patch into PTU.
I don't think it's a fact that it's, you know, the patch itself. The patch itself is going to have problems, but it's just the networking at the minute because there's so many people trying to get on, and that's what's breaking it.
This is so. Even before all these people came on, this was happening in the most recent patch. It's something that broke. It was stable before. Like, even in the ETF builds, this patch broke everything. I shouldn't talk too much about it, but...
Gunshark?
Yeah.
So the button I'm looking for is speed limiter toggle.
Yeah, you want to make sure that's bound to something.
Welcome to our personal hell, Warbot.
And Warbot is further down the list than the others.
It's in the flight movement.
What?
Yeah, I found it. I found it.
Okay, I'm going to exit the game and try and clear my user folder because I think something is broken.
Oh, they changed the icon.
Yeah, they did.
And do I need to... What's the English word again?
Panic.
Do I need a button for speed limiter increase, decrease, and all that?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that you want to use it at least for. I don't know if you need that if you are using keyboard.
Yeah.
You should be able to use the scroll mouse to adjust your speed limiter.
Okay.
Just scroll. That's easier than using like a manual.
Then you lose your ability to zoom.
Well, I mean, it's all what you want, I guess. You have both options available. I mean, I got rid of my zoom to use on my HOTAS. I don't really miss it that much. I mean, I guess I could always find something else to zoom. Yeah, I think the server's broken or something.
Full cargo, full explosion.
Jump down?
Canyon flying?
Okay, I still have... Should it take this long to get that email?
Yep.
It could take a little while. I mean, 30 minutes, I would think. Maybe an hour at the most.
Then I
Right
will just...
now, this is like the worst time to do the account copy because people are just bum rushing that button.
Yeah, it's definitely a rush right now for it.
You wouldn't want to be CIG's network admin at this point in time, would you?
No.
I'm surprised they did it on a weekend.
Email the Microsoft Exchange server will just be shitting the bed every like 2 minutes.
It's a nightmare.
It has a habit of breaking like immediately.
It's nothing new. This is every fucking PTU in it, you know. Oh, hello, Clarice.
Getting naked.
3.5, baby.
Unequip pants, unequip
Who are we
shirt.
missing? Missing people.
I'm
out
gonna
desktop.
show you in the gallery right now.
Most people want to check out Arccorp, I'm guessing.
Area 18 if you can get to it. Preferably at nighttime.
Oh, they changed the mouse pointer.
I still haven't managed to get into a stable server yet.
I just crashed out in the one that I thought was stable.
The ones that I have managed to get in, Olisar has been completely broken.
Has anyone heard anything from McGreedy?
From what?
McGreedy?
Nope. Nope.
I haven't seen him on live for ages.
There in the gallery.
Nice.
Oh,
Didn't take you long to take her clothes off, did you?
Nope.
now I'm crashing on recovery.
As you can see in the background, it still says ESHAP, so it took me like 10 meters on.
See if we can get into Warbot server.
Of course, Kronos immediately starts typing.
Rooms aren't big enough.
I knew it. I knew it.
Was it under controls, Gunshark, where you saw that thing?
Which one?
The zoom?
Yeah, it's in controls. But like Dev said, it doesn't really.
Zoom multiplier.
It's the zoom star map zoom speed. You can adjust it. It's the very bottom of the controls menu.
No, even your server's not working for me, Warbot.
30 gig.
Well, I like this revolver.
I like this revolver. Sounds of gunshots in the background.
Hey, Kronos.
Warback?
Yeah, it'll probably be a 200 gig game. I think that's probably.
Easily.
It's not Warbot anymore, it's War Booty now.
God.
Fucking war booty.
Warbot, now I love you. Now I love
Me on the 600i.
you. Yeah, I know. The escort service ship.
So Shadow will be the first one I will surprise with my female character.
With a revolver.
Right. Hey, Kronos, what's cracking? Where you at?
So how is it going?
How do you
It's going.
expect the very
So
first
just an
few
FYI,
hours
guys,
of a
Arccorp is
PTU
a
release to go?
42 million kilometer jump. It's
Oh,
not a
nice.
small jump. From Olisar, anyway.
Did you say 42 million or 42 billion?
Yeah, it's about twice the distance of hers.
How long does the jump take time
Well, depends
wise?
on the ship.
Take your hammerhead. Right.
I mean, everything I've taken, it didn't seem like it took more than about 12, 15 minutes, maybe, at the most. But I don't know.
Remember that when you're in quantum travel, until you get close to your destination, your ship is always accelerating. So
Yeah, it seems like I think they've buffed the speeds in quantum. Things seem a little faster. Maybe because they're scaling it up as you go. So it's really not that bad. It feels about the same as Hurston. Maybe.
Or about you gotta stop posting those pictures, man.
I was just gonna lose his mind.
hey, on Warbot server, and Olisar isn't the Twilight Zone anymore.
Yeah, it feels alright. I'm just spawning a ship now. If you want, we can travel together.
I've got to get my lady sorted out.
Nice try, Warbot. Nice try.
Oh dear.
I need to turn off like the bloody motion blur and stuff.
I think it's gonna take a lot more than that, Warbot.
I guess.
That's better.
What is your name now, Warbot?
He's changed it to War Booty. See, that childish giggle sums up the sentiment for it. It's not even been an hour and it's already descended.
Perverse.
Hey Bob, the 600 eyes on Delta 00.
I ain't got armor or stuff yet. All the shops are broken.
Remember, Warbot, every pimping service given must be taxed by the synchronizer's pimping service. So just
Kronos, that's secret. Don't tell people that.
Better get to working.
Yeah, we gotta get some advertisements going.
What's the fee?
Go about 5,000 AUEC taxation.
About €80.
So you don't run it in categories like flat rate or special service?
Oh, yeah, we can talk about that. Everything's gonna be a bit different.
You have to call it Speyside Lils.
Yeah. We'll have a little chart with the service and then the payment.
Kronos, take a deep breath.
I was gonna say.
Right, is anyone fancy to join it? Otherwise I will take off.
I'm trying a jump in my Phoenix to see if the Constellation handles differently.
Constellation has been crashing me out during jump.
Yeah, you hear that?
Look, I'm not coming with your different alias.
I'm dressed, I'm scared of oxygen loss.
So is there female clothing in game now?
No, Kronos, everybody's just naked.
Oh my god.
Can you imagine what Melf's going to be like when he gets a female character?
Uncle Melf. I'll start having to call him Aunt Melf.
Anti-Melf.
Captain Steve is here.
Alright, I'm gonna start streaming, make my character, and I'll join you. But first, I'm gonna go get a drink.
Man, this is gonna make the member parties a lot more interesting.
Hell yeah.
It's just gonna lower the tone. It's just gonna lower the tone. Even worse than it is.
Alright, is there a new way to scroll out in the star map?
I think Gunshot was saying something about you have
We're
to set the
trying.
speed for it.
I tried, it didn't work for me.
Minus, not really. If you
wow,
hold down minus on your numpad and then use the mouse wheel.
Wow, the flight controls really are different, aren't they?
Yeah.
Get it.
I like it. It's cool.
Oh, thanks for that. That worked well.
And I'm gonna make it really hard for myself by changing to dual stick from keyboard and mouse.
So, for the sake of the stream, and you guys watching,
I figured
you can see that the
when
HUD
it's
has changed a little
anyway,
bit
might
even
as
on the
well change
Constellation here, and I'm using S and W to accelerate and slow down. So I'm holding down W now, and you can see that I'm increasing speed with the afterburner, but if I let go, you can see that my ship starts to slow down on its own. There is no, like, constant auto throttle, you have to do it yourself. And then if you use your middle mouse button, you can see that it moves this bar on the left hand side, and that is the maximum speed that your ship will be allowed to do. So there's the full speed there. And you can afterburn it after
There's
that.
supposed to be lights on my ship.
I couldn't resist. I couldn't resist. Have you turned it on?
Well, I can strafe left and right, but I cannot move forward.
It may require a special key.
Yes. Have you checked the key bindings? Make sure you have your throttle on. Can't drive this damn car. But it only drives in daytime, doesn't drive at night.
Well, Connie's injunct to Arccorp, so.
Was that you on C00?
No. And I can still walk around the ship. The lights aren't working though, which is quite interesting.
There we go.
We found it.
Lights are... Did they rebind the key?
No, I mean the ship's interior lights, like the lights in my Phoenix haven't come on.
Oh.
It's gonna have to be.
Deathloop, I see you at PO. I'm jumping to Arccorp now.
Who's Crayon Eater?
Trying to.
Is he in our party? Why is he showing up in my list?
The animations for the female characters are cool, anyway.
What are they like?
I'm not being dirty, Kronos. I think like the motion capture is very cool. They're not like overpronounced or you know.
So jumping is not B anymore. Holding down
It is.
B.
Oh, it is. It's just really weird.
The only major key that I've noticed has changed is the one that gets in and out of seats and things, and it's U now instead of H.
Are you in the 600?
Yep,
Warbot, is that the 600?
that's correct.
The 600 does not jump? That's what I was trying to say.
Yep. Let me see. Yep, it doesn't work.
Does the Connie jump?
I'm in my Phoenix and I'm on my way there now.
The Connie Andromeda crashed me out when I entered warp, and then when I try to recover, it crashed me within seconds every time.
So I actually have to hold the speed button to...
Yeah, on mouse and keyboard we're pretty much screwed until they make some changes, but not enough people have given feedback yet.
You can, I don't use a mouse keyboard, but if you hit decoupled, you won't lose speed. See if that works. Yeah,
That's kind of a pain in the ass.
Does anybody know if they fixed the quantum link thing yet? Or does the game still crash?
We can't know yet, it's too unstable.
Ah, damn it.
Yeah, it works like that. Read it.
for a big ship, that's not a big deal. I mean, if you're in a big ship, that kind of works for you. But if you want to, like Devil Wolf was saying, it's really not the right answer. It's just a way.
Hello.
Hello.
Cruise control.
Yeah. We fucking hate it.
That's good to hear.
Why do we hate it?
It's kind of hard to explain without you experiencing it for yourself. Because I'm just going to sound like I'm complaining. You're just going to have to wait.
No, that's fair enough.
Yeah,
it sucks.
Ooh. If I press C, my ship just moves forward.
I like the female character. It's not too overly pronounced.
Does the female character have good portions?
Not if you're a hungry man like I am.
Ah, damn it.
There ain't enough cushion.
There's never too much cushion.
Amen to that, brother.
I feel like we should be arrested just for being in this chat room. What's happening?
It was Warbot. Warbot lowered the tone.
All of us are on a watch list.
Warbot.
Yes, please.
Gonna have to like legit make a not safe for work 3.5 PTU channel.
You need to name your character like in Discord. Put your nickname as Warbiddy.
So when do we get that age 21 and up channel?
Yeah.
One time I gave my oldest son a used computer that I had Skyrim modded on it, and when he turned it on to try to play Skyrim, he's like, "Dad, I never knew you were such a pervert." I'm like, I was just testing out the mods.
Explain the hand cream.
Do we still need Afterburner?
No.
Yes, it's called boost.
Combat.
Yeah,
It's a way for you to get from 0 to whatever speed really super fast, but you'll black out like a big dog.
There's no afterburn and boost. I guess you can call it afterburn. But it works like boost too when you strafe. It'll increase the speed of strafe. But it still sucks because your momentum is, once you get moving, you can't stop. I mean, so
Wow, this zooming speed on the
sort of
map.
dogfight, you get going slow as
Oh,
shit.
no, I see what you mean. It's very slow. Well, you can see we're not far away from Arccorp now anyway. We'll be there soon.
There's no skill involved, really.
So I noticed that the seats in the Constellation are facing backwards now.
Yes.
Well, I can see everyone's position. Have we got a party going?
It lets you get into the seats quicker without changing the animation.
That's true.
Definitely can invite citizen.
I'm watching my game as well.
Slash what?
Citizen O'Donnell.
No, is it slash party invite or slash add contact? I don't
You
remember.
should be able to add me in the Moby Glass. I'm on your servers.
No, that's broken, man. That doesn't work.
It's all broken.
Yeah, it's slash add contact.
Citizen O'Donnell, all one word.
Yeah, huh? Just typed in chat.
Deb, could you invite me as well, please? This is Cypher.
Have I done to this?
I really don't think this is gonna work, but I'll give it a try.
Yeah, we did it that way. If you want, I can start a new part.
Motion blur off.
Oh, my Constellation actually had to make a stop.
No, that just pulled me out of warp. You guys pulled out of warp too? That wasn't just me?
Well, it said flight systems overheated for me.
Yeah, same here, but it shouldn't do that. They have...
I'm still going.
They've broken the coolers. I don't know if you've noticed in your power settings or not, but they've been broken for a while.
Everything overheats very quickly.
Yeah, you cannot overclock the coolers anymore.
No, because they're broken. Also, when you're in atmosphere, if you boost for more than 2 or 3 seconds, your engines will turn off and you will lose altitude.
Oh, really?
Well, I'm going to say losing altitude is an interesting side effect of having no engines on.
When I told you this patch is very broken, I wasn't understating.
It's a broken.
Or overstating.
We gotta have thicker skin than usual.
Yeah.
Man, I'm in the middle of nowhere and it says warning near restricted area. It doesn't make any sense.
There is no restricted area on Arccorp.
I mean, I'm not anywhere near Arccorp. I'm like 49 million miles away.
Maybe you found the Vandal.
Oh no, I'm being attacked.
Or it's those things from Elite Dangerous that I can't remember the name of.
Thargoids?
That's the one.
Oh, it says I have no power. Nice. 27 million kilometers to go.
Need more power. I'm giving it all she's got.
You need to restart.
Got
Cut your engines and cut power.
Thinking.
How bad I messing about? Delta 00.
How long did it take you to get the copy of the account over at the email?
Up to 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's going to take about 30 minutes to an hour now on a good try because of the amount of people spamming it by now.
You've been taking more than 30 minutes now.
It gets worse the slower it gets because people start clicking it 2 or 3 times and it just gets backed up really quick. Sometimes it breaks, it locks up entirely, and they have to reset it to get it to send out email.
And Microsoft Exchange server admins hate you for it.
Yeah, I wonder if they pay for email usage as well.
Probably because it's all on Amazon's stuff, isn't it? I think.
I mean, it's got to be like really obvious in their office when CIG launches a new patch. It's just like, where the traffic come from? The servers are melting.
It's just ringing
Hey,
up
could Golden get a party invite?
Trying to send out invites and add contacts, nothing's working. Golden, I have you added already.
Zep, what do you mean by saying is that winter?
Actually, no, I take that back.
Do you mean the effects going on? No,
I
it's
got you
just
added,
quantum
Golden,
travel.
and
It's
I'm
the light
joining this
speed
up.
or near light speed travel.
Send party invite to Golden.
Yep, I got it.
Ooh, I see Arccorp.
Would you send me?
And Citizen, did you get your invites?
My game crashed and relaunching. I'll have to ask one again in a minute.
You crashed 3 times in a row when I was jumping.
Would you send me an invite to jump in spider death, please?
Ooh.
What's the plan, by the way, once we get it?
Jumping spider sent.
Oh, Botnet arrived.
Yep, I'm here.
How are we all doing?
Why is Dark Cypher, you're not in our server, are you?
Just join in now.
Peanut.
No. Just finished editing my YouTube video.
Sweet.
Unfortunately, I'm not a subscriber, so I do not have access to the PTU today. Never mind.
Feel free to check Botnet's screen.
Oh my god, the afterburner.
Alright, I'm in the server now, Deb.
Alright.
$10, Peanut. It's not too much to play the PTU.
Okay, so I've put the cruise control on, and it's making me maintain speed in space, at least.
If I win the lottery, everybody in the synchronizers gets a new computer.
I'm gonna hold you to that.
Yep. Can we get that in writing?
Certainly. I only play when it's over 500 million, so.
I cannot recover to the instance because it crashes me right away when I rejoin the.
Yep.
There's no point subscribing for a couple of days.
Were you in warp?
Yep.
Yeah, so that's what happened to me, and I had to change servers in order to fix it.
Yeah, doing that now.
Deb, do you send me the invite?
Yeah, everybody should have an invite. Oh, Jumping Spider did. Hold on.
Nah, this is Dark Cypher.
Cypher.
Oh, Cypher,
So,
I need you in the server
for those
to send
who
you an
are
invite. It won't let me
just joining us or some such.
Yeah,
then-
I'm in the server. Where do I meet you?
Hold on. No, not meet. I just need you in the list. Hold on.
I'll just turn dark down a bit because it's very loud. For those who are just joining, or if you're, you're not caught up with Star Citizen Unit, this is the new planet that's coming in 3.5. This is Arccorp. And I'm not going down to Area 18. This is just I'm just going to go down to the surface itself so I can come and have a look. So, if you weren't aware, Arccorp is very much a sort of a parallel to Coruscant from the Star Wars universe. So it's completely covered
my
in
ship
city.
seems really janky.
I joined Breeden's server, so if he's in your server, then none.
Jumping Spider added. You joined whose?
Breeden?
Frieden?
Yep.
300i is not in the game at the minute, Yato. I think it's been disabled because there's some massive bug or issue with it. So.
Stand by.
Why aren't you in ours, Frieden?
I didn't join yours because I was buying armor and then I forgot to switch over.
The armor wasn't in the shops for me. All the shops were broken.
Oh, there we go.
There was some on my computer.
You have to take a few tries, but they do let you buy the in the shop.
Jumpin' Spider, did you get yours? Your invite?
AG Icarus, yeah, this is Arccorp. I'm not going down to Area 18, we're just going down to the surface so we can have a look at some of the buildings and stuff, and then I'll come back out of the atmosphere so we can have a look at Area 18 if it'll let us land.
Something's going on in the channels and contacts tab. It looks like whenever someone joins a server, the whole thing resets, like your scroll goes back to the top, the chat reset.
Yeah, correct.
It does look kind of like a Death Star, doesn't it?
New invites are going out.
Genuine WNS
Got
do
one.
control speed. I will go through it when I'm through the atmosphere, so I can test it in the inside the atmosphere. So I test the new flight control systems myself because I've not done it within an atmosphere yet.
Online Cypher.
I'll check again. No.
WNS, they control throttle, so if you hold W down you will accelerate, but as soon as you let go you will start to decelerate again. You use your mouse wheel to set a bar that kind of sets your top speed, and then once you've reached the top speed you press C and that activates cruise control, so it
What are
sticks.
you guys' thoughts on the new flight model?
I haven't had enough time to fly it yet. I'm just in Quantum.
The flight model, I think, is okay. It was a lot worse. You black out really easily. You don't strafe as much, so dogfighting is dumbed down a lot. But
the blackout thing is a bug.
The aerodynamic thing is, I mean, it needs work, but it's functional and it's kind of fun, especially like when you cut your engines and just play around. The thing that pisses me off
Okay,
the
so I
most
pressed
is
C there, and you
blacking
can see
out
it
so
was decelerating.
easily, and that there is no throttle anymore. It's all cruise control or strafe.
What about your service role?
But you see me online?
Yes.
So you can see I'm moving the mouse wheel here, and you can see this dial moving on the
And
left-hand
ships?
side. You see my speed is now dropping to 0 because I'm not holding the accelerator. However, say if I move it here and will hold W, it'll accelerate. If I let go of W, I'll start to decelerate. However, if I hold W and hold left
The
shift,
Reliant variants made it
you get an afterburner which makes it go ape shit, and then you can let go and you lose the afterburner.
I'll go and join this.
So if I put it down to a sort of minimum here and then press C, you can see it activates the cruise control, and I withhold that speed
batteries
again.
Already got pushed out of 3.5 previously. Defender. But it would have been nice to see 300s, for sure.
Wait, are the 300s was back as well?
No, not officially.
Ooh, I can
So,
see
they're not in the
details
game yet.
popping out, so
Yeah,
structures and things.
So it will take like 5 weeks when it comes to PU.
There's no altitude indicator, which is a little bit misguiding at the minute.
List again?
Yep, 1 sec.
Cheers.
So that really loud noise is the afterburner, by the way.
How can I fly backward?
Press S.
S.
Yep.
Ah, nice.
Space brake is X.
There is a quantum cooldown now?
There's been a quantum cooldown for a long time.
No, there's a bar.
Yeah, it's a new heat system.
The heat
Just-
system is...
It's not always there for some reason.
So, welcome to Arccorp.
The heat system is borked right now. They've got a bunch of stuff about it on the patch
Ooh,
notes.
there's like a thing venting over there.
Well, currently I'm flying an Aurora right now, and my EM is 0. So something's broken.
Well, that's electromagnetic.
Why
That
is
could
my
be the-
why is my
Thoughts on the new flight model,
Big
Icarus?
Dad's
I
big
really
model.
haven't had a chance to settle on it and have a play. This is the first time I've flown within an atmosphere, and I'm not exactly in a very agile ship to do it.
Go ahead, man.
Oh, okay. Why is my name showed 400 meters above? Wow.
It
I'm
lags
very
behind
big.
you.
Thanks, go joining chat. Oh hell yes, it's here!
Yeah, kind of.
Okay. Okay.
Mitch made it. He made it to our colleagues right there.
Man, sorry about the event. I passed out.
Oh.
What event?
The Constellation feels like it handles the same, but the Constellation isn't the most agile sort of ship, is it? So.
Why is that? Oh, PTU is more important.
It wasn't in events and announcements.
No, it was in military channel.
Yeah, it's a yeah.
But they had it.
Okay.
Just the moment PTU hit.
Damn.
They kept playing.
So if I kind of try and swing the Connie around a bit, you can see that it's not... Oh, it killed me. Oh dear. Oh dear. I wonder if I exerted too much G-force there.
Who's the party lead right now?
Me.
Oh, does it not throw it out to someone else when you crash?
No, doesn't anymore.
Oh, it could have been a no-fly zone, Darrow. You're right. Oh well, try again. We'll see what else we can take. And I just died again. I need my character to stop dying.
Dark Cypher invited. Bob Mitch invited. Hold on. Left.
Didn't receive it. Oh.
Thank you.
Try hit left bracket anyways.
Yep.
Yeah, you're in the party now.
Gotcha.
Bob hit left bracket please.
Spamming the button.
Oh, she died again. I think I'm stuck in the dying loop that was listed in an earlier ETF build. I might have to exit and come back.
See.
Bob, Mitch, are you streaming currently? Who's streaming?
I'm not screaming.
Golden Triangles is streaming right now.
Oh, streaming? You said screaming. No, I am streaming.
Can I get links to you guys, or where can I find them? Fields would like to watch.
Twitch. Oh, Bob Mitch is Bob Mitch, I believe.
Use my YouTube channel.
He's on YouTube, and the link is in the public lounge.
Mine is just TV/Golden Triangles.
Okay, hold on.
To my...
Let's use Spider. I'm trying to jump to Arccorp now.
Okay.
Yes, I think Arccorp still has a no-fly zone. It's just not very visibly advertised.
Oh, lots of exploding still then.
And jumping, you cannot jump. Yeah, you cannot quantum travel with the 600i.
Nice. Okay.
It worked for me. I mean,
Yeah, I'll take my 600 and see if it will work now.
I don't think there's any ships that are totally broken. It's just sometimes
I used both of them on 2 different servers, and I still couldn't. It just wouldn't jump.
Like I said, it worked fine for me. So, I'll tell you.
In this patch?
Yeah, like just 30 minutes ago. That's fine.
A lot more strain with more people there, right?
Oh man, the 3 frames per second bug is back.
Yeah, the shops are most definitely broken at the minute.
When you pull up your Moby, your ship slows down. That really pisses me off.
Okay, you're right. I can't jump with a standard eye. Doesn't work.
Finally got to Area 18, well 50 kilometers out.
Bring back the buggies.
Okay, let's see if we can jump with a 600i.
All of our landing areas are currently full. Please
Did it just came out, or am I like what's going on here?
About 2 hours ago.
Wow.
I can't seem to put them.
Which ship are you in, Cypher?
Max.
I'm currently jumping the Warden, and it works.
At least while we wait for the pad to clear, you can kind of have a look at the animations
So
of the
how do
female
you
characters.
change it again so I don't have to hold W to go forward, because that's aggravating.
Press C.
You're gonna have to set your cruise control. I've got toggle cruise control or speed, whatever, set to page down. So, and then increase and decrease set to the same button as strafe. So I have W is straightforward, but also increase speed limiter.
Delivered to the following landing pad.
And then I toggle it on and off with page down for keyboard and mouse.
Okay. I'm gonna have to.
Elliot, you can see the performance isn't bad at the minute. It's sort of round about the same for me. I'm on my tower. I'm not on my Razer Blade Pro, so this is sort of the lower spec of the machines I have, and you can see the performance is doing okay. It's kind of like 30-40 frames a second.
Controls?
Movement? I do advanced keybinds, and then it should be under, I think it's ship movement. Why? 4 people are down here spamming, what is that thing called? The scanner at Arccorp.
I think those are NPCs, man.
So what do I do the speed limiter increase?
The Corsair. Corsair is a bit of a mixed bag with me.
I would
it
give
looks
you the exact
good,
thing,
but
I'm in the process of
I
landing.
don't need another exploration ship because I have my 600i now, and I have my Constellation Phoenix for touring, so it's kind of it's not one for me.
Yeah, it should be on the server.
That's one on its right.
Oh man. Wait a minute. That's the jump scanner, the interdiction, whatever it's called, where you can't jump. The NPCs are shooting that out. Does anybody else see that?
Apparently the 600i likes to activate its afterburners a lot.
That's the thing that the pirates would shoot out when they're blocking your jump.
I don't know what it is. I mean, it looks like that, yeah. Holy shit, it's spun up. I kinda hate this flight model.
So you can see that the ships, when you're turning now, it's almost as if you're constantly flying in decoupled mode. That's what the new flight model is like. It feels like you're strafing a lot. It's something to take note of for those of you who are wondering about the flight model.
Hey, is flying decoupled a good workaround at the moment, or is that broken also?
Well, when you're in atmosphere, it's not going to help you at all. In fact, I don't even think you can work it in atmosphere with decouple.
Really careful.
I really dislike holding W to go forward. I really hate that.
Yeah, there's not really much you can do about it without the speed control thing.
So...
Okay, well, I tried doing the speed control and it didn't work, so I'll wait. It's not a big deal.
So I am in a 600i Explorer, and I'm quantum traveling to Arccorp.
You have to turn on, there's a toggle to turn on and off the speed control. One setting is to set it, and then the other is to activate it.
Getting in the seat is a bit of a pain.
Yeah, you'll see the little bar by your throttle, where your throttle's at. I'll show you where your limiter is set.
I think you need to aim higher, Mitch.
Oh man.
Aim a bit above the seat.
Arccorp isn't even showing up in here.
Oh, crash.
I'm lucky.
It's not much to see in Arccorp, to be honest. It's a bit overrated.
Seems like they
Back.
broke everything in this.
Speed limiter toggle, found it. Okay, I'm just gonna make that arrow. That's fine.
But Area 18 is there, right?
Area 18 is not responsive. The ATC had problems before, and now it's just not even in the list to call.
I was trying to call it with the.
Now I just died out of nowhere.
Yeah, that happened to me too.
I think Arccorp still has a no-fly zone. It's just not advertised very well.
No, it does, but it's really low. It's really, really low.
They must have just added that then.
Yeah, because I was there on my Phoenix, and my Phoenix just slammed into something and blew up out of nowhere.
Oh no, that's invisible geometry. That's been an ongoing problem. When you're in the no-fly zone, you start like suffocating, and now it's triggered a bug where I'm constantly suffocating over and over again.
I see.
Yeah.
Yes, Jason, this is the 3.5 PTU.
Would taking your helmet on and off fix that?
It might, but I can't stay alive long enough to figure it out.
Oh, okay.
Oh, are you dying like when you wake up in bed?
Yep.
Yeah, I had to log out the server and log back in. I remember reading that in a previous build, that it was like a blood loss build, so you had to leave the server and come back.
Yeah. It's been an ongoing bug.
Golden, I'm passing you by.
Why the hell would they release this patch of all the patches for PTU?
I just want to let people come in. I'm fine with coming in and breaking it.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not fault. In fairness, it's not released yet. It's still PTU.
This is the test people's patience build.
Yeah.
It is the PTU, to be fair.
Really good at doing that. Yeah, no, I mean PTU's supposed to.
Ooh, Maro.
When you have
if I spell your name correctly, then that's a good question. But the Cutty is definitely kind of like a lone wolf bounty hunter ship. The Corsair is an explorer, so the Corsair isn't a bounty hunting ship. The Corsair is Drake's answer to things like the Constellation, and in a different spectrum, I suppose. The 600i here.
From B to D was fine.
Yes, fine. No. I think I skipped C, but I tried B and D, and both of them were crashing like a lot for me.
I wasn't getting crashes. For me, it was 30k disconnects. Were you using the female character?
Both male and female. I tried both.
The female was known to cause crashes, especially if you.
I'm just going to jump down a channel just so it's quiet for a few minutes, because a load more of you guys are talking in chat now. So, you say the Cutlass is boring now. The Cutlass is only boring because we don't have the content in-game to engage with it in its full capacity. As things like a fighter and a faster ship and doing things like that, it's still fine. It's still pretty nippy, it's still a good fighter. You know, it's just that we don't have the bounty hunting mechanics in-game to kind of engage with its full use yet. Like the 600i, this thing here, my giant Origin bar of soap. It's a massive ship and it's got big guns, but I can't really do a lot with it, especially the exploration stuff, because the exploration mechanics aren't in-game yet. Have they fixed the ball radar? As far as I can tell, I'm not getting it in here at the minute, although I was on the live build the other night. This is the 3.4 live build, not the 3.5 test build. And I did still get the ball thing. You can see that they've changed the UI a bit. They've changed the what looks like the render to texture technology, so it looks a little bit different and clearer, so I would hope they've fixed the nav ball now. What's the difference from your Constellation to a cheaper one? Do you mean the Constellation I was flying in, Zep? The white one? That's the Phoenix, which is the Tourer, so that's like a luxury touring version. It's not an Explorer, and it's not the cargo one, and it's not like the generic sort of everyday use one. That would be the Andromeda. The Phoenix is one that's meant for like transporting VIPs and dignitaries and people in your guild and stuff, or just, you know, taking on a space holiday. It's a touring ship. It's like the 600i has a touring variant as well, but this is the Explorer one. So Constellation Phoenix has fish tanks, which is why I like it. It's a sad fact, I know, but the Constellation Taurus is the cargo variant. The Andromeda is kind of like the everyday, the sort of bounty hunter one, if you like, and then the Aquila is the exploration variant. So you can see Arccorp is a bit further away than Hurston is, so it takes a while longer to get there, and even the 600i, which didn't really have much trouble getting to Hurston, even that has to stop to cool down the engines. Do you recommend a cheaper Constellation? If you want to do like cargo runs and stuff like that, then the Taurus is the cheapest, and we don't have that one in game yet. That one's next major patch, I think, 3.6. The Andromeda is a lovely ship, and if you want to kind of move into sort of bigger ships, definitely a step up from a Cutlass, then the Constellation Andromeda is kind of your next bet. There's problems with it. There's problems with every ship, but people don't like the Constellation because, like, if you lose the engine pods on the sides, then you start to lose your main weaponry. The turrets on them aren't brilliant, but, you know, you can carry a rover in it if you want to carry a rover or bikes or things like that, and it can carry a lot of cargo. So, pluses and negatives, like lots of other ships. I like them. Like, if I didn't have this as an exploration vehicle, I would definitely be flying an Aquila. So I had an Aquila before I had my 600i. Which one did you buy? The Andromeda or the Taurus? Clay, moving the bikes. Apparently they have changed the bikes a bit with the flight model. It's something to test because I haven't done it yet. So that one I will have to leave you with a question mark, I'm afraid, because I haven't got that far myself yet. But I will. That is something to test for you, and I will get back to you probably in a video. Ah, you bought the Andromeda. Yeah, the Andromeda's a lovely ship. Lots of cargo space, can carry more people, it's got turrets on it, and you can shove vehicles in the back end. It doesn't come with the vehicle like some of the others do, but you know, if you buy a rover or if you wait until the hover bikes are on sale again, so if you buy a Nox or if you use the grey market or whatever, you can shove them in the cargo bay. How far away are we? Oh, we should see it in a minute. So we went down to the surface last time and you got a quick look at the kind of terrain. This time I'm going to go straight to area 18 and see if we can get down near there. There it is. It's just starting to appear in the distance. Oh yeah, of course, Constellation Andromeda has one of the snub fighters as well, doesn't it? So it has the Merlin. So little Merlin with its big Gatling gun on the front. So yeah, It's another cool thing you get. Can't use it like as the parasitic fighter at the minute, but something to look forward to. So, welcome back. This, again, is Arccorp. So we'll just wait for the quantum drive to cool down, and then we'll see if we can get to Area 18. I think it's on the night side at the minute. Ooh, they smoothed the quantum spline animation out, that's cool. Oh, getting a lot of frame rate drop. Oh, there we go, now it's about settled out. I haven't seen Arccorp on the night side yet, so if we see the like the city lights and things, that'll be neat. Ooh, that's pretty. So you can see we've gone really low into the atmosphere now. So one thing I did read from the patch notes is that when you do the quantum spline jumps to landmarks, so like I've just done with Area 18 and stuff, you stop out of quantum travel a lot slower, a lot lower rather in the atmosphere. So before, you know, you would come out of the quantum travel really high up, just above the atmosphere. Now you come out of the quantum travel kind of like 40 kilometers away from your destination, so you don't have to spend as long traveling to where you're trying to get to from the quantum jump. You can definitely tell where Area 18 is, but you can see, especially in this area, there's a lot more like buildings. Where I was before, it was very flat terrain, but the geometry here, you can definitely see all the skyscrapers and things. Oops, I just got out of my seat and I didn't mean to. I was using an old keybind. I forgot that this is the button that gets you out of the chair now. Yeah, so they've changed one of the main keybinds now, so stepping up and things out of your chair isn't H, it's now U, which of course used to be target things. So. There's somebody following me in. I can't tell if they're shooting at me or not. No, my luck, probably. It is an odd choice for a button, but as with all the other controls, you can rebind it. Oh, that's cool. People pinging. Why are they all pinging? It doesn't look pinging, it looks like the quantum interdiction button. So they've changed the targets to the keys now. Interesting. Oh, it's Dark Cipher. Thank you, Warbot. Wow. Frame rate is kind of the same as it is around Lawville, so it's not magnificent, but it's livable. And I need to remember that I'm on my lower spec machine here. Bloody hell, it looks good. Well, either 300i isn't in this build. I don't know if they disabled it because it's a bug or if they had to change something. I can see a large number 18 over there. Okay, so we'll turn the cruise control off, and now the ship will come to a stop. Oh, the game just crashed. I wonder if the server died. Oh, that was a bugger. Never mind. I'll jump back into the chat channel with the other guys.
Server still alive. Try to recover.
Anyone else crash
I had
out?
to back out to main menu and get back in.
I'm guessing I wasn't the only one who crashed out then.
No, I'm good. I'm right beside you, besides your 600i.
I'm in a Phoenix right now, and it refuses to quantum as well.
I wonder if the server's crashing then.
But Area 18 is not responding. The landing.
No. Yeah. I think that might be disabled. One of the CLG devs did say in chat that Area 18 is probably not the best place to go.
Yes, they were saying it wasn't ending well in the other build.
Yeah.
We had to go and take a look though, it was worth the trip.
Yeah, definitely. It's a pretty city, especially at night. It doesn't look like the dusty storm that is Hurston. Although I love Hurston.
It looked gorgeous at night. Let's see if I can rejoin the instance. It's giving me the option to, so.
I thought you were already in the instance.
Cypher, can you line up with us?
Yeah, sure. I need to find you first. Oh, come on. My ship is misbehaving again.
You guys need to go try the dogfighting out.
Hey, hey! I'm in my seat.
Your ship disappeared.
I am at Area 18.
Oh, you're
Just
playing the high
vanished
game.
right inside.
Where are you in free flight?
Yeah, I'll join you guys in free flight. This isn't working.
I need to set these keys up.
There we go. So the recovery works ish.
Goddamn gimbal.
There you are, Cypher.
What's that?
I'm ready. But Bobnitch disappeared on me.
What's the cycle targets button now, guys?
3 and Alt 3 for friendlies.
Yeah, the cannons go through ships. Like the pit doesn't matter if you have the pip lined up; they don't really connect. This is bullshit.
Jesus,
I can see a Vanguard, so I'm guessing this is you, Wobot.
Yeah, that's me.
Oh shit. Oh, that was close.
Area 18 landing services.
So, I've got scan progress stuck on my screen. Does anybody know how to turn it?
No, maybe exit your seat.
By the way, mouse wheel controls focus now, so you can shoot something directly in front of you in a concentrated beam.
I think I'm gonna just die of boredom in this fucking dog.
Oh, look at that! Look at the sunrise!
Oh, hell yeah.
I especially like the fine control that they've allowed us during flight for the speeds. It's like a pre-mode, but without the landing gear.
Oh damn, this planet's rotating fast.
Okay, so I'm assuming the Y button is now ship on, ship off? How do you target people in this new patch?
3 and Alt 3.
What?
Alt 3
That's
is for friendlies, I think.
That seems really unintuitive, but okay.
I wonder if you manually do it, you can still go back to the previous control schemes. As in, are the control options still there, or have they just changed the mappings, or have they changed the control?
All control options.
Oh shit.
So I'm going to drift forward a bit so I can just watch the sunrise over the buildings.
This is fucking trash. This is ridiculous.
What was that?
You need to give it time.
You just get your hands when you get it when you start trying to dogfight. So it's just.
So I don't know if it's the same with other people's ships, but I've noticed the detail now of the thrusters on the bottom of the 600i are constantly on within atmosphere.
Yeah.
You know, to keep the thing aloft, because that's what wasn't showing in the previous builds. God, it looks ridiculous.
Oh man, I like this flight control. Love it.
You in some free flight there, Gunshark?
Yeah, I'm just grabbing a different ship.
Yeah, I'm gonna join you.
Actually, the speed increase from the afterburner has effect now. The acceleration speed increase.
My streaming PC just decided to shut down. I don't know why.
Windows update, la la la.
No, I'm on 7. I'm still on 7. I don't get that.
You're right, Bob Rich.
Yes. Finally downloaded and going.
Oh, I don't see the maneuvering thrusters at the bottom of my ship. That's weird. I only see them on the 609.
Or maybe the freelancer has an easier time of it. 600i is a giant bar of soap. The aerodynamic properties of a bar of soap.
But the afterburner keeps cutting out pretty fast.
That's usually overheating. The fuel tanks are supposed to be bigger.
Oh, Dev, when you're pissed up with that, I've put the video up for the Grey Cats if you're interested.
The engine noises from your Vanguard are pretty epic, Borbot.
That's it in the gallery.
Yeah, it sounds way better. But yeah, you can burn them for like 5 seconds and then they cut up.
I'm gonna go on a flight.
The 600i ones seem to be able to run for quite a while longer.
I've also noticed when you keep the speed under the red marker, the engines actually don't overheat as much.
Yeah, my HUD is completely frozen, so I don't see anything like that.
Ah, gotcha. Oh shit. Oh, you destroyed a building. Is oh shit. That fucking. I'm dead. Goodbye.
That's the new flight model in atmosphere. Things don't corner like go-karts anymore.
Somehow I'm still alive.
Oh wow, I ripped an entire side off this thing.
Yeah, that's all right.
So we're going back to switching the ship off just above the pad. Oh yes.
Moving feels so fast, and when I look at your stream, it looks like I'm moving.
Yeah,
Walking.
this thing just does not turn at speed. In fact, when I'm like turning and it slows down that much, it activates the afterburners to try and push me.
Finally loading.
Wow, that's a slow turn.
I can load the speed down to 54 now. Let's see if it's better at turning.
Hello. Oh, now I'm working.
Yeah.
I think
Woolly, I think there is a no-fly
turning
zone, but it was around this giant spire.
on a specific speed, which is like about 60 to 75% of your non-red speed, effectively.
I crashed out of free flight.
Yeah, it happens.
Oh yes. Has anyone tried the Rejoining chips yet? To see how they perform in the new flight one?
How the what?
How the Rejoining chips perform in the new flight.
They just added them.
So yeah, I think this is a no-flight zone here. Yes, this is very much a no-flight zone. Time to turn away.
Yep. I almost bumped into that one. But it's nice how they've kept the no-fly zones like really close to the buildings now.
Well, it's only this spire that seems to have it.
Yeah.
Everything else is fair game.
Yeah.
All the menus seem to be, all of the animations in the menus seem to be quicker.
Yeah, especially like the main menu and stuff is all smoother.
I think they did that partly to prevent the weapon bug. So they fix it. Moves faster.
Anyone else? Spot my ship for some reason.
So I heard in the last few patches, I guess, scanning was it? Like you could scan other ships to find out their cargo and the crew members. And
Yeah, that was in the last one.
Okay. How does
You
that
can
work?
use the Hammerhead in Arena Commander now? What? I'm in a
It's free flight.
Hammerhead.
It's free flight. It's free flight.
Yeah.
Use anything you want. Free.
The canopy
jumped.
bug is back. Keeps
And
open.
jumped through the planet and I'm dead. Oops.
Why do you do such things?
Yeah.
If there's
PTU,
somebody,
that's why.
Yes, the ships do sound a lot better now. I mean, that's just the Vanguard. Can you imagine what something like a Saber or something like that's going to sound like? Apparently, lots of things have had new sound passes now, especially the things like the FPS weapons. They've all had new sound passes.
So does that scanning part work in this patch? Because I can't see any of the things in the other ships.
Okay, I am going to go and visit one of the moons.
Bishop, I'll come with you.
Same here.
Anybody coming to free flight?
Yeah, I'm in now.
I
Let me.
don't see you. You're in the
I
server.
abandoned my scythe, so it won't let me fucking do it until I've reclaimed it. So that sucks. I have to use the other squishy.
my cockpit has opened and closed like 4 or 5 times now in the last minute. Is
Oh shit! What?
Somebody doing something?
Did you just fly into Warbot?
Did I? I don't know.
I saw a little puff of smoke there come out the top of that Vanguard.
I was flying in a line, but maybe crossed the beams.
Wow, it just kind of decided to kill me out of nowhere. I don't even see what happened.
Yeah, I saw your ship parts flying through my cockpit.
Oh shit! Sorry, dude.
You gotta watch your speed. You'll just
Friggin' kids flying around the cities at the break of dawn.
I have a suffocation bug now for fuck's sake.
But Mitch, this looks awesome in the background.
I know, look at it.
God damn it. Right, let's try that again. Oh. What the fuck's happened there?
It's kind of I don't think it will show you guys this as well, like how the level of detail on stream, because obviously the footage is being compressed, but the fact that I can still pick out like individual buildings and things even at this height is pretty fucking impressive.
These 870s are nice. Mark 3s, they do some damage. I like the sound. They make them sound beefier.
You guys going to see that new mission giver?
She's in Area 18 where we can't land at the minute.
She's broken as well. The animations aren't in, and I don't think her missions are working either.
conversions aren't working, but our animations are.
DevWolf, what is Field's in-game handle? Do you know by any chance?
Avenger. Let's kill this Avenger.
Logical Sifter Net. I'll type it.
Let's kill the Avenger.
No, logical is enough. We can look it up.
Avenger.
Yes, I have punched a side off the ship, haven't I?
My ship's disabled, apparently.
He's about to be fucked up.
You can see like the thruster details for the 600i chains, how it's like got reflections now on the lower sections of the engine. I think that's really cool.
You can't take on 2 opponents anymore.
So many, you know, we looked forward so much to the big things like Arccorp and, you know, the new mission givers and things like that, but it's the little touches like the thrusters on the bottom of the ship holding the ship aloft, and lighting changes like the thrusters being reflected in the metal of the engines is really cool.
Too many douchebags landing on top of Arccorp. I thought they said they were gonna hold off on that.
Well, we can't dock at Arccorp at the minute. The landing guy isn't working, so we can't request a pad. And I don't want to risk it at the minute because I want to go and visit one of the moons.
Oh, there we go.
The Razer has trouble, like, even going 50 meters per second in atmosphere. It's all over the.
On the cockpit to the right side of the ship, there are metal patches. Oh, those little, like the 3 things glinting in the sun. Sorry, I'm just talking to the streamers. The guys watching the stream.
Which moon are you going to?
I don't know yet. I'll get out of atmosphere and then I'll tell you. Yeah, so those 3 doors glinting that you can see, those little patches, they're actually from the escape pods that are just behind the cockpit.
Yep, but it won't. If you hail them, it won't.
Oh, yeah, I see. There's nowhere to get it to despawn you. They did warn us about this, that we probably didn't want to come here.
I can't even. My fucking controls, what are they doing? I'll tell you what, their flybys sound good there.
The flybys sound epic. I mean, just Warbot flying by in a Vanguard. I can't wait to hear something like a Saber or a Hornet go screaming past.
Get some of this motherfucker.
You know what? I'm gonna do some racing to get used to the new flight model.
Have fun with that. Oh, race courses are not built for this flight model.
Okay, Warbot, I'm going to try Lyria.
Area 18 is blocked off entirely. They've got it, the whole, even the landing pads are blanketed in no-fly.
Mate, you can't hit a barn door. Low, 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 low.
What have they done?
Oh. Gonna gank this fool?
Working on
it. Clay, largest ship flying, probably be the Hammerhead or the Reclaimer still, if you own one.
No, nothing, for some reason.
Yeah, me too.
The Hammerhead has no forward guns at all?
No, never did.
Whoa, you come out of...
The top turret's kind of a forward, yeah.
The pit. Oh, I've got to go and see some of these places. Lyria looks ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think this dogfight's quite funny.
It's like shamefully boring.
I just need my throttle back on my left stick, and I think I'd have him. Ha! Get some ramming speed. Oh, now I'm going backwards too much. Oh, that's right. Look. He got squished by a hammerhead.
Which location you heading?
I'm going to go and try and go to the pit where my ship slows down so it doesn't slam into the surface.
Oh, I need someone to kill me. I need to sort my throttle out.
Oh, you can really
I'm gonna try and join your server
Oh
again.
dear. Oh, stop the jump, stop the jump.
Alright, my ship fucking overheated.
Yeah, I thought that was going to happen.
Do anything.
So, my 600i tried to quantum jump through the moon.
Same here, I'm done.
Yeah, I know that. Oh.
We're having a whale of a time on.
See if we get the suffocation bug.
I'm gonna get rid of all my dogfighters.
Oh.
Oh, no, don't think she's suffocating. I'm gonna see if I can go to like Daymar or something, because I want to see how the hover bikes work. So apparently they've been changed as well.
Gunshot, wait before you do that. There's no hurry.
This,
yeah, I mean,
this guy.
Only have the.
You'd also keep in mind this is a
So we
series.
can't use the 300 series at the minute. It has not been implemented into this build. I can't show you that. I'm sorry. I can show you one of the new Reliants, so we can take out one of the the new Reliant things. So we'll have a look at the Mako, which is the news van.
Sell them just to get some time.
I mean, I'll probably end up eventually just upgrading them to like gunships and stuff like that. Something done.
Well, one thing I'm definitely doing is.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Sorry. I would say one thing I'm definitely doing is changing my Saber to a Gladius.
Gladius is good.
Oh, I'm gonna die. Oh shit.
Anybody want to crew up? I'm gonna grit this Hurricane setup. Do y'all want to help me crew it in free flight?
I need to sort my thing out. I need gimbal locks.
Going the wrong way.
Is there a jump tone on any of the moons?
It's unless someone in Evo Kati knows, it's too new. We don't know that.
What?
He was asking if there was a jump town on any of the new moons.
Oh yeah, they don't tell us about that. Even if there is, that's something that players have to find. There's apparently a bunch of them that we haven't found over
cool.
in Hurston. One of the moons has some over there, but no one's found it yet.
Well, hopefully my payment goes through and I can get access to the PTU.
So it only has one kind of camera
them.
boom looking at it from here. I haven't seen this ship yet, guys. So
You have to rebind it. You can no
what?
longer do it in third person, at least that I've found. I bound it to mouse wheel.
I'm talking about the star map.
Oh, it double left click or it might be right
this
click
I didn't
now.
know about. So it's got beds and like a comm station.
Right, but like if I'm trying
Let's
to
get this thing
to
into space so it
Daymar,
doesn't vanish, and then we'll have a play.
I either am zoomed in all the way into Port Olisar or I'm zoomed all the way out the star map.
You just have to double click the planet or the moon and it should bring you up to it.
Right, what I'm getting at is I can't select the planet because it's zoomed out all the way, or it's taking me forever to scroll all the way out.
I don't know then. We've reported it, so we're just gonna have to let them know and wait for them to fix it. You can confirm the bug report. I think they've all been made public. Just type in star map zoom for keyword and it should come up.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll just test out the hover bikes at Delmar, because at least I can select that.
I can't believe they broke Arccorp. Like, that was the jewel. It was fine 24 hours ago.
Okay, so they haven't added the camera mode, as you can see, but they have changed the co-pilots thing. This is something I did know about. So now a co-pilot has a lot more function, as you can see. So back in the Reliant here, the co-pilot can see everything that the pilot can do. And short of flying the ship, they can do everything that the pilot can do. So they can use the comms, and they can change weapons around, and they can talk to people. So there's a bit more usage there.
Don't do any freaking damage.
I bought the static console of which ship right now? It's not an invoice.
So the Mako doesn't work as a news van yet, but it's still got some cool features, and it has different weapons.
They have not fixed them.
So let's go to one of the moons.
I can't bail! It's not letting me bail! Okay, I'm bailed.
And I crashed.
So, 3
My pip keeps disappearing. Are you guys having that issue?
Yeah. Well, you've got a pip. I had it one time. I can't find Gibble Lock.
It's kind of weird now. I've already got into the habit of pressing C to activate the cruise control when I want to go constant speed, but I know I'm still going to have problems flying.
Yeah, these are like size 4 explosive cannons. They aren't even penetrating through the shields.
Yes, George, there is still only the one system. We don't even have this system fully fleshed out yet, so no jump gates or anything like that yet.
I bet you this top turret would be very effective.
What, you in the Hurricane?
Yeah.
It's a fucking monstrosity that is.
I'm gonna go ahead and kill me, G-Lock. This is fucking stupid. These guns are terrible.
And as we said before,
turrets are probably gonna
you
be
can
pretty strong
see
in
now
this
that
patch until they
when you
do
quantum
some
drive
more
down to a
features like
location, you appear a lot lower in the atmosphere. Well, I say you appear, you stop a lot lower in the atmosphere than you did previously.
I think
Well, I've just exited my ship, there you go.
I'll come pick you up, Donald. We'll give it a try.
Fuck! I thought, oh no, what's going on? I was trying to lock missile. Like, all my key bindings are screwed. The fuck?
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
I think I don't like that guy.
Alright, I'll come pick you up a Donald. We'll give it a go. See how.
Yeah, I'm just flying.
I think you're gonna have plenty of opportunity to get hits with the turrets. Are you over at the wing pad?
No, I'm kind of just floating where you spawn.
See you.
Next to the glaive.
Outside of the major cities, though, so for instance, Arccorp, where we just were, and Lawville, although I haven't been to Lawville yet, the frame rate is still pretty epic. Let me turn the display info on for you guys so you can watch it if you want.
Okay.
Where is it?
Okay, I see you just joined.
This thing's only got little poxy guns because it's a news van.
Nope.
Oh, no.
They've changed the atmospheric shaders, I think. Daymar looks a bit different now, coming in.
Fuck, do I get in there?
Oh wow, it gives a G indicator, so it tells you how many Gs you're pulling when you accelerate. That's cool. It's just at the bottom of the hood there.
Okay, so I'm pulling up next to the glaive.
I'm stuck in this bitch. The fuck? I can't fucking get out.
Can't get out at all?
So W and S do actually make you go backwards and forwards now. As you can see, you don't have to use 2 and 3 if those are your default keybinds.
Would you believe that? Right, 1 second. Easy way of sorting that out.
I'll go land on one of the pads.
Oh, missed it, you bastard. God damn it, can't even kill myself.
A little bit glitchy because it's bouncing around on the new gear. You can see that they've changed the Reliance now so that they have the suspension and the landing gear as well. They're moving all the ships over onto that.
Maybe they don't have the. I mean, you should be able to get out. And
it's just too much like hard work.
This key binding's not working. Someone's shooting at you.
At me?
Hmm.
I don't see anything.
It'll be interesting to see now if they've changed the Gravlev bikes
it's not.
to
Unless you're willing to sit there
fit
for
more with this model, where they kind of drift a bit
trying
more.
to zoom out. It's either all the way in or all the way out. Pick one.
If you hold minus on your numpad and then scroll with the mouse wheel, it should work.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
It works. It works really better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was able to get out.
Thank you guys.
We have to take the Star Kitten one out, don't we, whilst we've got access
Oh,
to
that
it.
took forever.
I don't know. Yeah, dogfighting is so freaking.
My hand's cramping up.
It's like, oh, I see you over there. You're moving very slowly, and I'm just going to try to shoot you. Dude, you can't land. Oh, you gotta move forward. A little more. Alright, that should take it straight down.
Oh,
Okay, let's see how this does.
with fucking keybinds and buttons, I don't even know what. There you go. Okay.
Just like went through.
Okay, so this is the same. You have to press C to activate cruise control,
Alright,
otherwise
guys,
it
have a good
slows
night,
down on
have
its own.
fun, and see you tomorrow.
See you later, Warbot.
See you.
Yeah, see you, Warbot.
See you, Warbot.
I'm heading out to. They're gonna have to do another patch before I'm gonna play anymore. They screwed this one.
I just want to get to Arccorp, and then I think I'll be done.
Yeah.
Well, it feels very different going over obstacles. So you can see when I'm going over rocks and things, it's kind of dipping, diving.
I don't think you're gonna get into Arccorp tonight, man. I've been trying for the last couple hours. Even if you do get it to respond, it's gonna kill you because there's invisible no-flies.
Maybe it's just that ship.
What ship? I've tried like 4 different.
Whee! So still not perfect.
There we go. Stupid thing.
Alright.
Spam the button. Try not to eject.
See you, man.
Right.
Alright.
So you can see when I'm going up hills and such, so when the elevation of the ground changes, it reacts a lot more like what people were wanting it to now, where it feels like it's got invisible wheels, if that makes sense. And it doesn't just kind of, you know, slide all over the place. Can you see how it's pitching and diving as the elevation changes? Definitely feels a lot different and like it's got invisible wheels.
That was awesome.
Going back in.
Oh.
Hang on.
I'm bugged.
Uh-oh. What now?
I'm bugged. Like the view. What the fuck is going on here? It's like I'm sat in here sideways. Let me hop out and come back in, mate.
Yeah, just hop out.
So it looks like you gotta basically sit straight. And you click.
Frame rate on Arccorp is kind of the same as it is on Hurston around Lawville, so If the stream lets you, you can go back because we were flying around Arccorp and Area 18 earlier on. So the Dragonfly, at least, even though it's the slower of the two Gravlev bikes, it feels a lot better to fly. Even though I'm like bumping into things because of the way that the Gravlev now is responding, I think this is going to be a positive change for people. People are going to like it. Already I can see that it's a lot more of a... it's more responsive, I think is the better way of putting it, compared to the old style of flying where it was kind of... It felt very much like a hovercraft, you know, you tried to turn and nothing happened, whereas this, it feels a lot more responsive and controllable.
Switch gyro mode.
What's going on, guys?
It's right in front of us, 12 o'clock. Probably don't want gyro mode with this thing.
Yeah, I literally can't lock.
Oh, you don't get a pet.
Does anyone else
Those
have a
guns
problem?
sound pretty cool.
The persistent universe link is great. The PTU link's grayed out for me, man.
Are you sub and or concierge?
No.
That would be why.
Yep. Oh shit.
So it hasn't
pressed the
dropped
wrong
to the wide PTU.
It's not the wider,
Yeah.
this is wave 1 tonight.
I'm outside the ship.
Oh, you serious? What the hell happened? It's the wrong button?
Yep. I was trying to find the lock.
Let's grab a Nox and see what one of those is like.
Fuck it. Oh, damn it. Lock target. Ah, what? One, two, and three.
Yeah, I mean, dogfighting is just shit, man. It's just fucking garbage.
Do you think they'll do a limited ship sale? Absolutely. They always do with the new launches, don't they? But it will only be the specific ships for 3.5. So that will be the new 300 series again, and the Reliant series. And is that all of them? I can't even remember the roadmap. There's the new Tumbril, not Tumbril, sorry, the St. Patrick's Day version of the Ursa Rover, but that's already been on sale. I think that's it, isn't it? Oh, there we go, that took a minute to kick in. Yeah, so the Nox is definitely quicker. This feels a little more out of control compared to the Dragonfly. Even just this like first few seconds of flight.
I mean, what are they trying to accomplish here?
Yeah, it's the PTU, it'll break.
I think this is what they're. I mean, this is what they want. It's flight mode.
Yeah, this is very, very squirrely is the term I would use to describe it. It's a lot more shaky than the Dragonfly.
Alright, Donald, where you at, man?
Still an improvement because again you can see by the way it dips and bobs as the terrain changes, it feels like it's got, when it's closer to the ground, it's like it's got invisible wheels, which is what a lot of people wanted.
Oh yeah, there you go. Use mouse and key. Doesn't matter.
What's the button for scanning? Is it still tab?
As far as I'm aware.
I have the scanning HUD on my ship and it won't go away.
You'll be an attack they're going to start. Well,
yes, the Nox does look intense. I love this thing. This is after some other like exploration ships. The Nox is my favourite thing in this game so far. And it has laser cannons, which are like. Whereas the Dragonfly has scatter guns, this is just like constant pew pew.
I've got question marks over all your ships. No names, no. That's pretty weird.
Oh. Ooh, no. There we go.
That's another thing I have just noticed as well. So I've just noticed something on the Gravlev vehicles now. They show the locations of bases and shelters and things on the HUD again now, so you won't get lost.
Oh, that's nice.
Right, coming to you.
I think the Gatling guns do a little more damage. So yeah, I would not use the what do you call it, the gyro stabilization mode on the fighter. Because you want to be pointing where I'm pointing. You know what I'm saying?
I thought I'd give it a try.
You see that just like trying to do donuts on the pad here. When I stop, this thing stops so much faster now.
Hey guys, I'm gonna head out tonight. See you guys.
Yeah, good night, brother.
Right.
Right, let me make sure we're getting there straight this time.
So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to, just as an example of flying this thing, we're going to take it to Eager Flats, which is 38 kilometers away, and it's the kind of run that people used to do when we could see markers again, or when we could see markers to begin with. So just to show you a quick flight of how this flight model handles, you know, just when we're going over terrain, so you can see how it's dipping and bobbing. So it's got like that kind of invisible wheel touch to it.
Alright, testing. Good.
Yeah, we are locked onto
The only thing here is that when I'm going at full speed like this, so my hands are currently holding down W and left shift, so I'm accelerating, and if I let go, it will stop almost instantaneously because you have to hold the throttle now. So now I'm just holding W, but if I press C, it will engage cruise control and you'll see that I don't have to hold the key. That's how the throttle works now. You can rebind all the keys obviously, but the flight model changes how you accelerate and decelerate and how you set max speeds and things.
That turret gun sounds awesome.
That looks intimidating.
One added bonus of the new change for this sort of Gravlev flight model is that it makes a bit easier to fly using first person, I think, now. Before, the controls were so wild that you couldn't see what was going on if you were, you know, especially if you were trying to use head tracking or something, you get ridiculous motion sickness, but now you can see it, you can see a lot more of the ground with this flight model because it levels out in the air like this, whereas before it used to just swing around wildly. So you can actually drive this thing in first person instead of having to constantly go to third person and watch where the ground is before you go slamming into it.
Fucking get some, motherfucker. I don't like that trailing pip.
Yeah, you could probably want to use a lead pip. I'm gonna show it, real quick.
It sounds different as well. Sounds a lot different than it did in the previous patches, and I think it sounds better. The sound passes are definitely a good thing. Yeah, the 300i is a big focus for me as well. Oh, I actually hit a rock and I didn't explode, so that's another good thing about Nox. Is this thing taking a lot of damage? I can't see its health. Okay, we'll turn around and make our way back, because I want to fly a fast ship in the atmosphere, so I'm going to see if I can get something like my M50 out, and we'll throw that around for a few minutes.
A lot of hits, though.
This game is definitely beginning to make my wallet ache now, because I want a new graphics card to make it run a bit smoother. Oh, a bit of a bump coming down from that one. But it didn't explode, so maybe they've made them more durable. There's the Armistice Zone. Stop. So one quick thing to finish with on this then is that, see, I'm flying forwards now and I've hit C again, so my cruise control is on, so I'm not holding a throttle key. This thing is just going forward on its own. If I come into land again, or stop rather, like I did just then, so I'll come into Shubin again, and if I hold S as if I want to slow down, I will stop, but then as soon as I let go of S again, it will accelerate. You have to get into the habit of turning the cruise control off like that, so that you come to a stop and you don't just scream forward like a missile again. So, you know, it's those little touches that you've got to get used to now with these changing controls. Yes, the X1 is another thing to look forward to, isn't it, in the future of the Graveler bikes, especially in this flight model, so I think they're going to be really fun. And let's see how this thing handles in this new flight model. Midian frame rate is probably so low because this is my lower spec machine I'm playing this on, and I am streaming, so it's this computer isn't the best for this game. But at the end of the day, I want to try and keep it, you know, realistic. I don't have, you know, a batshit insane CPU with a 2080 Ti. It's better to try and play it on a lower spec machine as a realistic view of performance rather than something that's going to run at 4K 120 FPS, you know? Okay, I pre-apologise if I make a huge mess of this and crash, because it's entirely likely to happen. That was strange. So you can hear how the afterburner is stopping and starting and cutting out because the systems overheat pretty quickly. You can see that in my HUD it's saying that my systems are overheating. You can't just spam the afterburner now and hope for the best. Atmospheric physics in the M50, they feel good. It's different, it's definitely a change from what it was before. So I'll come to a stop and I will go from scratch. So for the people who joined later and didn't notice, they've changed how you throttle now. So on the left you can see this big dial here, and if I let go of F again, you can see this thing moving on the left, and that is your max speed. It's like a throttle limiter. So regardless of how long you hold down the W or the afterburner, which is left to shift by default, your ship will not go above that speed. So you can see now it's quite low and it's limiting me to 180. Even if I press the afterburner left shift, which I'm doing right now, it's not letting me go any faster because that's what the speed is limited to. So now if I stop, if I let go of W, you can see that my ship comes to a complete stop now. You have to hold the key to keep moving unless you press C, which engages the cruise control. So I'll crank the max speed indicator all the way up, as you can see, and now this thing's just going to keep going. And this is just on normal throttle, so this is just the thing working on its own with boost, but if you press left shift you get the afterburner. And you can see that lasted about 3 seconds before it overheated. So they still have some issues to work out with the afterburners and how the engine cooling works now, because it's not as effective as it was before. Ooh, yeah, nearly. As for the control, so how this thing is flying, it's definitely, it feels a bit more drifty than it did in the previous flight model. The M50 was, you know, it's meant to be agile as hell because it's a racer and it's an interceptor. But, like, I'm going full tilt now trying to turn, and you can see this thing isn't wanting to turn at all, and I'm actually redding out. Oh, they've changed the effects for that, that's not nice. So I've set the throttle to the max, I'm holding down W and it's going at kind of what the normal atmospheric speed is now. If I press C again, like I did in the other vehicles, you can see the little arrow has appeared next to the max throttle indicator, and that means that your cruise control is on. So now I'm not holding W, I'm not holding S, but I can still bank and turn. The throttle is fixed, and now the ship will always try and fly at max speed, which could be good if you're trying to get away, but if you try and make turns and things like that, obviously your ship isn't going to perform very well because it's just trying to go fast constantly because you've got the cruise control on. These are all things you're going to have to get used to. How long to leave the planet? Let's find out in the M50, shall we? So this thing will go a lot faster within the atmosphere now because of the afterburner mechanic. So we'll point it towards the sky. Afterburner on. And you can see it's just screaming away, basically. I should point out as well that in the previous builds you had W to accelerate and then X was your boost, so you had a boost with X and then you could hold left shift for your afterburner. In this build, X is your space brake, so it will slow you down, so that's another thing to get used to, or rebind. No, Ghost Dog planets have different atmospheres. I think Daymars, if I remember, starts at 70. I know Hurston starts at 100k. I don't know what Arccorp's is. That was like less than a minute, and we're well outside of the atmosphere. So you can see the new flight model has changed how ships perform now, especially things like the M50, which, let's face it, is a pocket rocket. So, are the engine effects missing? Blatantly, because I don't see any flames. Maybe on the M50 they haven't put them back in yet. You know, this could be something that's also affecting some of the other smaller ships. Maybe the new 300i as well. We don't know, do we? Okay, where can we go next? I'm just going to press B and initiate this. I'm going to go back to Olisar. So the quantum drive hasn't changed, so it's B and holding B to initiate a quantum jump, so nothing new there. Just have to be careful that holding W like this, you aren't going to slow down, so you kind of have to make small advances and things when you want to land, otherwise you're just going to slam into the pad. Definitely a lot of different things to get used to now. So I'm going to see if the shops are working now, because they weren't earlier on. Let's see if we can try some different armour for our lady model here. Oh, there's nothing on there. That's not looking good. No, that's a bit of a bummer. Never mind. I do have like pretty much the full range of ships available apart from the 300i, which is nice to test. A Reliant Tanner, okay, I'll humour you, because I'm going to cut this short soon, because I have been going for about 3 hours now, and I do test a few other things before I start making videos. I'm not going to start doing that tonight, because I'll be shattered by the morning, but this is definitely shaping up to be a very, very cool update. Once they get Arccorp working properly, I think it's going to be really, really cool. So what variant is the Tanner, I wonder? Is this the military one? I don't know. It's blue, so I don't think so. got different guns on it. Mads, you seem to know more about the Tanner than I do. Is it the military one, the Tanner? I know the Mako is the news van. This thing does have a lot of guns on it, so that would seem to suggest some kind of military pedigree for it. It's green on the side here. It's got storage lockers. And a weapons rack, so it's looking very military. And I think that's the toilet, isn't it? Yeah, toilet and a couple of beds. S2 guns, not 100% sure, but they looked a hell of a lot bigger than the other things that are normally on it. They are definitely S2 looking, and there's more than 2 of them, so I'm willing to bet then that this is the military variant of it. This is the military one, yeah. Producer van. No, this isn't the producer van. The producer van is the Mako, and we've already flown one of those. Steve, is PTU live? PTU is live for Wave 1, so if you are a subscriber or you are concierge because you've spent lots of money on internet spaceships, then you can indeed join 3.5 PTU. Lots of things are broken, servers are a bit janky, and I know the emails to get the PTU invites are going out, but they are taking a while, so don't worry if you don't get it straight away. Oh, it is green. It's just blue on the edges. Okay, so yeah, this is defo the military one. Let's fly it out and make Mads' evening, shall we, by just shooting it for a bit. So yeah, these are definitely size 2 guns. You can tell just by the noises. You see that the new flight model in space is a bit drifty as your ship tries to sort of compensate. So it looks like it's got size 1s on the inner side of the winglets going closer to the engines, and then on the ends it's got the size 2 cannons. Can you switch between vertical and horizontal flight? Not really. You can kind of do that anyway. You don't have to, you know, do that normally. So, like, if I just come to a stop, we turn cruise control off because the control changes. You can still use W and spacebar to go up and down. It's just more effective when any ship is in landing mode. So it's just one of those things, you know, you kind of have to get used to. This thing is fast, I'll give it that. Definitely as fast as an M50 in space when it's accelerating forwards. Doesn't slow down as fast though. Oh, that's neat. So I didn't notice that. You can see now that on the hood it's displaying where Olisar's guns are. So Olisar obviously has turrets because they were shooting pirates and things before, when it's actually displaying where they are now. In case you ever want to take on Olisar and shoot the guns off. No, it won't let me ring Olisar. Let me contact them. Oh, it's broken. Never mind. So, okay, I'll round off this for the people who joined late and they haven't seen it yet. So we'll go back to the main menu. And I'll show you a quick look at the character creation tool. So you pick your gender, and you can either pick male or female. So for the sake of this, we'll pick female, and this is the lady I created earlier on. And there isn't a randomize option yet, it doesn't work. But what happens is you have a simple one here, so you can pick from a list of faces, as you can see. So for instance, we'll just pick this one. And when all the party notifications from the crashing server go away, we'll just pick this one. And you can change this slider here, and you can see her face is changing, so her features are changing. And it sort of amalgamates between the two of them, so that slides between like halves, as you can see. But if you want to, you can go into advanced and you can change the individual features that each of the face gives to the new person. So doing that, you can see she's got almost like very oriental curved eyes, and then going this way she's got more wide eyes. So it's nice little touches, even though it's the first implementation of this. So that's how this DNA thing is working, so you get an amalgamation of the two people that you choose from. And then when you come into here, you can pick skin color, eye colour, although you can't do things like freckles and things. I was saying earlier on, it'd be cool if they could have different like different coloured eyes, like if you could give them heterochromia and freckles and things like that. And they've also included the male hairstyles for female characters, which is quite a nice funny little touch, I think. Although there is Tracer hair, I think ETF was saying, so she looks like Tracer. So yeah, the character creator is still a bit wonky, and it still, you know, needs a few touches, but for the first implementation I think it's pretty cool of how you can go and customize your character. So there we go, and I don't know if it shows on my computer here coming through to the stream, but the main menu and everything is a lot smoother, so the animations between the screens and everything's better. So there's one last thing, and that's that they have changed all the keybinds, as you've heard me talking about. So now when you do get on, it is a good idea to go through and just familiarize yourself with them and change them as you need to. So yeah. So just before we go then, any last questions to see if we can go through? Do you know how long it takes for subscribers to get to PTU email? You need to go into your account settings, Charlie. So go into your settings on the RSI page, and on the bottom left of the menu options there you should see Public Test Universe is highlighted in yellow. If it is, then you'll be able to click it and send yourself an email. The email it's probably going to take an hour, possibly longer now, because lots of people will be trying to get in PTU. They'll be hammering that thing, you know, they'll be waiting 10 minutes and going, oh, it's not working, so they'll hit it again, which sends another code through. And I imagine the Microsoft Exchange engineer at CIG, or Amazon, I think where all this stuff is hosted, is probably getting quite pissed off right about now, but that's his job, unfortunately. So yeah, so it's going to take like an hour to go through. Once you get it, I'm losing my voice. Once you get it, you can start the PTU launcher download, get the launcher installed, copy your live client across and just rename the folder to Star Citizen PTU. I do already have a video on that you can watch if you've never done that before. And then if you're using the live client files, it's still about a 26 gigabyte update, so it's not a small inclination, because you know they've got to change all the menu features and Arccorp itself is here, so yeah, it's still going to take you a while to get into the wave. So is there going to be a wipe? Yes, there will almost certainly be a wipe on the live build when the 3.5 goes to live. They always do a server wipe, so don't get too attached to your ships on the 3.4 build if you're flying around at the minute. It's what we expect, we know it's coming, they always do it. You're very welcome, Charlie. Okay, with that then, yes, I can't wait to see the 300i either. I don't physically own one at the minute, so I've had one in the past and I've melted it and rebought it, and I melted another one and rebought it as I've changed my ships over the time. However, thanks to the referrals that you guys have given me, so when you guys use the code that's in my description, I'm not going to advertise it. I'm not going to say, oh, go and use my code because it'll give me a referral. People are just using it and it's a nice thing. It gives me the ships in Arena Commander, and it gives me the 325A and the 350R to fly in Arena Commander, but they also carry over to the PU, so I can use them in the playable universe as well. So I haven't actually bought one yet. However, I do want to pick one up to complete my sort of little trifecta of Origin ships because of my Origin thing. I know, Charlie, but I don't want to be one of those people who's like and subscribe and click the bell and use my referral code, because then I just sound like a twat, and I hate those people. I really do. So yeah, I don't want to be one of those people. But thank you for acknowledging that anyway. Just think. So yeah, 300i still to come. I will be very surprised if there isn't another build, not necessarily another wave, so a wider PTU wave. I imagine a wider PTU wave will be, I would think, sort of mid next week, if not the end of next week, because they will want more people to be able to test the PTU before the end of March when this needs to go to the live client. So I'm guessing next week, mid next week, end of next week, yeah. So there will be builds between there. I imagine there will be a build again tomorrow night, because CIG are nutters and they like to work over the weekend, as we've seen, because this dropped on Saturday night. So yeah, so I'll definitely show you guys the 300i. I'm going to make some video content as I can with this current build, and we'll see where it goes from there. So with that, I'm going to bring the stream to an end, and I'm going to maybe make one video and then I might go to bed, because it's already getting quite late here in Brit-Bong land. So thank you for sticking with me if you've been watching. I will be fully back bringing more content now. It's not going to be weeks and weeks between things, because I actually have something to make new content with, and it's been great to talk to the sync guys and kind of shoot the shit again. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you have a very good evening and a very good weekend between, and I will see you all again next time.